Hello, welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today we are going to be doing a reading about messages from your spirit birds, okay? So we have three different readings that we're going to be doing here and three different beaded bugs here. So we have the scarab beetle and number 1, we have the butterfly and number 2, and the scorpion in number 3. All right, so go ahead and go down to the timestamps in the description box or in the comments and pick whichever one you are interested in or what is calling to you, and we will get right into your reading. All right, I will see you in your selected reading. Hello to those of you who chose the scarab beetle bead thing here. I haven't yet made these into bracelets, or I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I just had fun creating them, so I'll put this off to the side for you here. All right, so I hope you all are doing well today, and I'm looking forward to this message from the bird spirit. But the first message that comes out is from the scarab beetle here in this beaded thing, and that message is that to keep going, keep moving in the direction that you see that is really building on that stable, balanced ego that you have. So the scarab beetle, he rolls his dung ball in the direction of east to west, following the direction of the sun. So I feel like whatever you have that is very positive in your life, I want you to really think of that and envision that and feel that in this reading, and feel that whatever there is that is a positive energy for you and whatever resonates for you in this reading, you can go ahead and take that. But what I'm seeing within your life is that there's lots of positive energy to follow, and we need to get into this energy of believing that this sun energy is that we're following is going to lead us to prosperity and abundance. And that's just a beautiful message from the scarab beetle. I also feel there is a lot of protection around you at this time, protection within your family, protection within if you have any children as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some tarot card messages here from the secret language of birds. Alright, what do those that selected group number 1 need to hear, bird spirits? What would you like to bring their way? Alright, so your first card out is going to be the Goddess of Cups. Okay, so we have the Goddess of Cups, the 8 of Wands, the God of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. So what I'm hearing right away is that you have been able to take your emotional trauma that has been troubling you and make it into something that is definitely going to be worthwhile, something you have transformed, some kind of energy that has turned from being trapped in your mind to now a part of the movement of energy that is going to be manifesting into something physical for you. I feel this also as a very strong feminine energy coming forward to say, despite the challenges that you have faced and the arguments that you've been a part of with some type of masculine character I'm seeing here in the God of Swords, there is something there where you have been challenged to deal with your intuitive side, and because of these challenges that you've been up against, you have gained more intuition over the process. And this, once that was disturbing you, keeping you up at night, making you have a lot of worry in your mind, a lot of anxiety, this is transforming into a movable and workable energy. There's a lot of creative potential behind this as well. So whatever you've been transmuting and working through with any type of harsh energy that has been cold, that has been neglectful, that has maybe even had one-sided conversations for you, I'm feeling that you have been able to stay within your feminine energy despite your gender, and you are transforming this energy into something that is going to be long lasting. Okay, the Eight of Wands here is showing me that there is this very powerful energy that has been developing within you. And I'm also hearing a message from the birds that are saying that there is an ancestor coming through, a feminine ancestor that's coming through to show you that this cycle has been repeating throughout generations, but you are the person that has been able to transmute this energy. And this is not just totally about you. I'm feeling that this energy is also the way that the energy of the earth and the energy of the cosmos has been going on, and there is some kind of transit within the cosmic energy that has been able to shift, that hasn't been around for hundreds of years, and something is shifting. And what is happening now is the feminine energy is rising, and we are coming into more balance with the feminine and masculine energies. And yes, there has been troubled times, and it's kind of like I'm seeing this as a kind of a storm before the calm, or like war before peace. Like there had to be some kind of climax of energy and an explosion, or an inner explosion of the feminine energy that had to be kind of like eradicated. It had to be like worked through. It had to be frustrated. It had to be angry. It had to get to this point of there is not going to be any more. And you are in the lineage of this, that now it is starting to transform. And whatever you have been dealing with any type of masculine energy that has been less than favorable, negative energy that has come about, lots of arguments or anything like that, I feel that this energy, although it was difficult for you to deal with, was very necessary. It was a part of the process. And the scarab beetle is also showing me that it is kind of like rolling that ball of shit, okay? So yes, but it is such a necessary process. Like the dung beetle or the scarab beetle shows you that through this process of work that you've been doing, although it seems like a lot of just crap that you've been dealing with, it has been so necessary for you, and it needs to be seen more as a blessing, and that you have been able to achieve this level of intuition in this lifetime and transmute the energies that have been going on in this pattern, in this cycle, for a long period of time, many generations, I'm hearing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get a card from these birds and see some more actual birds that are coming through. But so far we have the condor here that I'm seeing, and the seagull. Don't really know what this bird is. I'm seeing this as the phoenix. But I'm seeing there is a lot of cleaning up. The condor is like showing me there is a lot of details, that a lot of the things had to be cleaned up, picked clean. I'm seeing like the bones being picked clean in order to have this total process come to an end, to have a a rebirth of this energy come forward. And the seagull is also showing me that there is an energy of scavenging. I'm hearing the word scavenging. And that being like, I'm seeing that there have been some difficult times and you've been able to use everything to the best of your ability, the best that you could. And also I'm seeing that being near a water source might also be very important to you. The birds are showing me that being near water is going to bring you more life, more vitality, more energy, more potency to your intuition as well. All right, what other bird spirits would like to come through? All right, yeah, and I'm hearing that through that process with the phoenix, that through all these processes, you have been in this deep transformation for just like your entire lifetime, through all of the challenges and all the things that you've been going through. And you're going through this kind of big, huge transformation. I'm hearing within the next few months. I'm also seeing maybe within a year's time, there is this transformation. You will almost be unrecognizable. Oh, wow, look at that. We have the turkey vulture, which is, similar to the condor as well. So I feel that, yeah, this is a huge transformation for you. There is this death and rebirth of the energy that is coming through. And then we have the brown-headed cowbird. Okay. So, very common bird in my area. Yeah, I'm feeling you have been able to turn an ordinary situation that into something of gold. It's like you're like the artist of your life. You're taking the paints, you're taking the canvas, you're putting it together, you're making this beautiful, metaphorically, and you're making this beautiful life for yourself. And you are able to really cleanse the energy. I feel like you are just this generational cleanser. You're cleansing, and it's starting to ripple out. There's this ripple effect. I see these two birds also circling above, giving me this energy like they are surveying the area for what needs to be cleansed. Also, it's showing me that circle is like the cycle coming back again, and that's when also it's giving me in a year's time. All right. And let's go ahead and see what is also activating for you at this time here. Bird spirits, what is being activated for those who selected group number 1? What is being activated? Your perception, number 35. And your prosperity. And your coherence. And there's that number 13 of the death card, death and rebirth. Very strong. So in the perception, it says the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good hard look at it. Okay. Yeah, and also with just these birds in general, bird spirits, there is this energy of getting the right angle on things. Like some birds, they have to get up really high and get that high view, and then some have to get down and get into the nitty-gritty of the little things and to be able to get what they need. Yeah, and this bird, this one eats invertebrates and seeds and things. So I feel like there is these like little details that you're getting down to. And this is also, a progression. I see 35, 36. So we have the frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. And then this one says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. Yeah, I feel this coming together of energies too. There might also be, after we have dealt with a lot of things that were out of balance, we might be meeting up with a balanced individual, a god to our goddess energy, so to speak. And I'm seeing through that process, there is a lot of prosperity that will be had in this connection or the connections moving forward. I also see that your perception just in general on being able to see things for what they are, your intuition, like I had said before, is just going to be so on point. It's just going to be like, you're going to really see the red flags coming forward. And I don't think that any of these cycles that have been on repeat are going to be repeating after this. This is coming to an end. This 9 is showing me we are almost at the end of this. And the 8 is showing me that we have built up a lot of momentum. Yeah, and right coming through here too. We have built up a lot of momentum in our energy, spiritual energy field that is going to be lasting. And I'm hearing that now is the time of prosperity and abundance as well. I feel like you might even be getting kind of this feeling at night. They're like right around the time when the sun starts to set. I'm feeling like you're getting this energy, like you get a little antsy, you get a little nervous, you have a little bit of anxiety coming forward. And that is actually a message that is really showing within like this DNA cycle that you're in, that it's almost like an excitement that you have, like the kind of energy like when you can't sleep before a flight or when you can't sleep before a major event in your life. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling. And when you start feeling those feelings, that's going to be your signal that this prosperity is coming in. And they're telling me that to switch your perception on this energy, don't look at it in a negative way. Let's follow the sun here with the positive energy that I had felt from the scarab beetle. There's this positive energy, so whatever we feel that is positive, we're going to follow that energy. And I'm seeing that changing our perspective on how we view anxiety in general, and looking forward to the positive things rather than the doom and gloom that maybe we have felt in the past. And the reason why we had maybe felt that in the past as well is because we needed to have that energy in order to be strong, to fight the fight, I'm hearing, okay, to whatever had been going on. Like there was this kind of feminine masculine war. It was within you and outside of you. And it's also kind of in the energy of our earth, right? So we have this balancing that's happening, and right now we're kind of in an imbalance, and you are on kind of the front lines here to bring forward this feminine energy balance back into play so that masculine energy isn't so dominating over the world anymore. And this may be a kind of tall order. I'm hearing from the birds also that like they understand that this has been very difficult for you, but they want to tell you that if we follow from here on out the positive messages and the positive energy, and we look at that anxiety that we have within is more of an anticipation and an excitement rather than something that we are perceiving as that is negative to come. All right, so let's go ahead and get you some messages here from Look Your Light Oracle. Other messages, bird spirits, do you have to bring for those who selected group 1? We have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? keepers of the earth, you are not alone, and ancient ancestors stand beside you. And play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Okay. Yeah, I did feel that energy, you know, coming a little bit from the scarab beetle, because it just seems like work, 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 and diligence, diligence. It's like you really had to really be on it, I feel. There's this energy of you doing the right thing all the time and watching other people do the thing that is, in your opinion, not good for you. So I'm seeing that there is this new energy that's coming about is showing you, don't dim your light. Don't be a people pleaser. You know, be this goddess that you are. You know, you're not alone here. These ancestors are bringing you back to your birthright. They're showing you that within this transformation, that they're saying, we know this is a lot of pressure, but you are the one that is going to be rising above. I see these eagles here in this as well. Yes, you are going to be rising above. And you have everything that you need, and we will always be providing for you, they say. And then we have this one. I feel like this is really funny because this is a very serious reading. I feel like it's really showing me, like, I'm seeing a lot of the issues that you may have faced in order to get to this point of prosperity that you're entering into. And it hasn't been an easy road, but I'm seeing that now is the time to celebrate yourself. And I see you celebrating in many different types of ways. This can just be really doing the things that you would like to do, you know, shining your light, being like, oh, I want to go to the beach today. I want to go, you know, take a walk in nature today, or I want to go see a movie that I want to see that, you know, maybe someone else wouldn't have liked. Something like that, okay? And then I'm going to get you some astrology cards here. Just to see some extra energies or maybe some astrological signs that may be around you. We have Gemini. We have the Yin energy. We have House 11, House 1, Pluto, and House 8. So yes, a lot of transformative energy already coming through. And there, again, an emphasis on that feminine energy that the goddess wanted to bring forward. So intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. I feel that you are a very spiritual individual. And sometimes spirituality, you know, we would think it's so light and flowy, you know, it's just got this carefree nature to it. But it is it feels very serious to those of us that experience it. And I am with you on that, okay? So we have curiosity, intelligence, and networking with the Gemini energy here. So that's the only one that is the sign that came out. So I feel like this might be even more, and this has butterflies in it as well. So I feel like these butterflies, the 8th house, these are all showing us these situations that we had to transform out of. We had to be, also there's this very delicate nature to us. And I feel that even though, like, the butterfly, it almost seems like it wouldn't even be able to fly very well. If you've ever watched a butterfly fly, it's just like all over the place sometimes, but it always finds its way to its destination. So I feel like maybe you've felt in the past that things have been pretty chaotic, and maybe even thought, is this even the path I'm supposed to be on? Am I even going the right way? Every time you were on a path, you were always going the right way. Regardless of what detour you felt like you were taking, you were always on the right path, and it has led you to this pivotal point right now, this to transform your energy. And also I'm feeling like you have faced your fears. You've also faced your legacy here. It says legacy in this card. So there's something in the 8th house that is coming through, showing me something about the prosperity as well. There is going to be some, probably, I'm hearing there is going to be some money from a source that is coming in here soon. Since we have the message of 8, this could be 8 weeks, 8 months, I'm hearing. And generationally, I feel the Pluto energy coming through, since Pluto has just recently moved into the next generation of Aquarius energy. This is showing me that it is setting off this new generation in a way that is going to be very nurturing and healing to us all. And this new connection that we also have to technology, I am feeling, is going to be very beneficial to you in some way. And you might even be a part of some type of group, some type of humanitarian energy that is going to be coming forward. And what is really kind of activating as well within all of this stuff that's happening is this individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So you're really going to be, I feel like you're also, your image of yourself is going to be transforming. If you've had any body dysmorphia issues, if you've had anything that you felt like you weren't worthy physically, that you're going to be seeing yourself in a new light. You're going to be really appreciating yourself. I just got chills from that. You're really going to be appreciating your body, the vessel that you were given, okay, for all of its strengths and weaknesses, okay? That's so beautiful. And that's what's really transforming in your mind, I feel, with this skull here. You're really getting to a point where you don't really care anymore. You don't care about what people say about you. You're gonna shine your light regardless, okay? I'm really feeling that for you. And you're going to be very playful with it as well. I'm feeling like the Gemini energy is just this such playful, carefree energy, and you're not going to be worrying so much about the heavy, hard energy, because you're going to be provided for here. The 8th house is showing me that once you face these fears and deal with things in that positive, light-hearted energy, everything is going to flow, and you are going to be getting energy coming towards you. There are going to be just things coming out of the woodwork that are going to be collaborations and things, and friendships, and just groups that you could be a part of. And just there's just this curious nature that you're going to also be really feeling as well, because I'm feeling this lift, like the ancestors, the legacy. It's like what once was a heavy burden for you, what we had discussed about the energy of working with kind of this hard to deal with masculine energy, whatever that was for you, this is now a lift. Like you're going to be feeling much lighter. I feel like you also might even lose some weight in this process, because you're understanding that that was a spiritual camouflage for you. Like the weight that you had on you was a spiritual weight. Like it was this energy that you had on you that it's like I'm feeling like maybe even the energy of overindulging, overeating, overdoing it in some kind of a way is going to be coming to an end, because we no longer feel that anxiety that we felt in order to dim ourselves and protect ourselves. And when we do that, sometimes we have a tendency to put on this spiritual cloak on us, which is like just having a heavier, denser form, so that we can stay where we're at and keep ourselves confined to where we're at. And I see you being lifted and freed from this energy. And if you haven't started this process of that already, of losing weight and maybe doing the processes of getting healthier and things like that, this is going to be happening for you, I see, within this energy, because you no longer are holding on to that heavy, serious energy that you were once in. You were very confined and trying to be defined by these masculine energies that were kind of, keeping you in this very confined box. But I see that you cannot be confined, because your spiritual energy is like bursting out of this box, I'm seeing, and that you cannot be confined anymore. You're a part of a collective experience of very intuitive, spiritual, feminine energy. And regardless of if these people are alive or they are passed on, their energy is all around, and they have been able to build up your energy because all the processes that you've gone through. And you're definitely going to be transforming in this, physically, mentally, spiritually, transformation all across the board. I also feel like there is something that you are educating yourself with as well. You may have been reading some type of books, getting some kind of education that has really changed the way that you look at yourself, changed the way that your mindset has been within certain avenues of life that have been troubling you. And a lot of those troubles are coming to an end. Yeah, I even see this look on the sun's face is showing me that it's like the masculine energy is being humbled, is being brought into a deeper awareness, and is integrating more of that feminine energy as well. So that's really a blessing collectively for all of us, I feel. And they may even undergo some type, you may even see this as like a depression and a mass depression of masculine types. I feel that it might seem like that's negative at first, and there might be a lot of loneliness and just a lot of hard energy that is associated with the masculine, but it's because they're undergoing a deep transformation. So I'm seeing if there's anybody that you're connected to that is a masculine, I'm feeling that just being in your feminine energy and being there for them, being receptive, being somebody who they can bounce their energy off of, not in a real codependent way or a way that is robbing you of your energy, but in a way that you see them, you understand, and you're there and saying, I hear you, you are heard, you are seen. I feel like you're going to be very nurturing to that energy as well. And that is going to help, transform the energy as well. I feel like you're just going to have so much patience too for this. Maybe in the past you haven't had a lot of patience for it because we were in that spiritual war, so to speak, okay? So now the war is coming to an end. It is balancing itself out, and now it's time for peace. All right. Well, that is all I have for you today in this reading. This has been a pretty intense reading, but I hope you all stuck with me through this and got something out of it that can help you along your journey. All right, well, I'm sending you so much love and good energy your way. All right, bye-bye. Hello to those of you who selected this blue butterfly here. This is going to be your reading from the bird spirits. All right, so let's go ahead and start with, first I'm going to get a little message from this blue butterfly. What I'm hearing is throat chakra activation, transformation. I'm feeling like the words that you're going to be using or the way that you're going to be speaking is going to be changing in some way. People might even notice this about you. I also see that there is this energy of very delicate speech as well, this delicate, soft energy to you. I also just feel like your energy being lifted, illuminated. All right. So let's go ahead and get a message from the bird spirits here with this secrets language of the birds deck. Bird spirits, what do those who selected group 2 need to hear at this time? What messages do you have for those who selected group 2? Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. So first of all, the bird spirits want to acknowledge the hard energy that you have been dealing with in the past. Whatever has been heartbreaking, has been hard to deal with, someone taking of your energy. I'm also feeling like just mistreating you in a way that you did not deserve at the time. And I'm feeling like this was in part to kind of bring you back down to a grounded state, but it had something to do with balancing out your self-worth and your self-image. And I'm hearing that although, this may have been very difficult to deal with, this was kind of a humbling stage for you, a period of time where, you were brought to kind of self-realize, and it brought you more perspective and more intelligence over just life situations in general. And that unfortunately is, a part of life, right? We go through hardships and then we learn big valuable lessons. But I'm seeing in this that there's this period of rest that you're undergoing at the moment. And if you have a lack of energy, it is also because there is something that is transforming within you. There's something coming towards you here that I feel that is going to uplift you and show you that this was not all for nothing. I'm feeling like if whatever you feel like was in vain, something that maybe just felt like, oh, that was really unnecessary. I'm seeing that you're going to see the reasons why this was so necessary to you. And it's also bringing you to a place where you're getting into the cracks and going down the alleys that you wouldn't have to be able to go down if you didn't have to do these detours due to these issues that maybe have been happening. I'm also seeing that the Four of Swords is showing me this is a time of peace. This is a time not to ruffle any more feathers, or this isn't a time to drudge up anything from the past, because I do see with the Three of Swords that this is going to take time to heal and may never really feel like it is completely healed, because it is a lesson that is needed to be learned for this entire lifetime. So holding that with you and keeping that with you is going to be very important in order for you to get into the avenues and be attracted to the right people to do things that are healthy for you and help ground you and stabilize you, so that we don't have any more of this erratic energy that we've had in the past. I also feel that whatever you have undergone here was a message to send your worth towards you, because when we undergo things that we know that are just not good for us, we reevaluate our sense of worth. And through that process, you have been able to find this new calm within you in realizing how connected you actually are to everything and everyone. And how I'm also just seeing like safe travel as far as your spiritual energy goes. I feel like you've been moving, your spiritual energy has been moving and transforming, and through that process there has been something building up within you. All right, let's get another message here from these bird cards too. What other bird spirits would like to come through to give us a message here? All right, so we have the black phoebe. And then we have the pileated woodpecker. I just saw one of these the other day. Hopping around the tree, eating bugs. So right away, I'm hearing that this is a root chakra activation. This is something that is happening within the root chakra that is going to be transforming the way that you see the base parts of your life, the basic things, the things that have set you in motion. Like maybe at a very early age, you had a lot of harshness in your reality and showed you this way of like, this is kind of what not to do instead of what to do. maybe there was some examples in your life that had showed you, well, I know I don't want that in my life, instead of an example of what you do want in your life. And that's also, I'm hearing, because it is up to you to make the decisions to reprogram that energy. And through that transmutation process, you're going to be bringing something to life that is very unique to you and unique to the perspective that you have in this life. And that is what is mostly needed at this time. The bird spirits are coming through to say that they have been a part of your ancestors' lineage energy as well. And they're saying that you, of all the people, are the one to set a new program, a new situation, a new stable form of energy, new forms of thought that are going to be moving forward. About how do we move forward? I feel like you're kind of also an energy of like being on the front lines of transforming energy. I feel like this group also may be very, very spiritually inclined. I feel that anyone that really watches these readings is very spiritual, but there is an energy of you being more of a teacher as well, a teacher of things that need to be taught, because there is this energy that we need to avoid the things that are going to take a really long time to get over, instead of using that energy to move forward and not learn so many harsh lessons. So it's also a message like you're bringing a lot of self-worth to people that maybe don't really see themselves as worthy. I feel that you just have this energy about you that makes people come to peace and to terms with themselves and the things that they have had to deal with in their lives. I also see you being able to grip on very strongly to this high rise energy. So it's like there's this, sometimes it's very difficult for us to tune our frequency in with these very high vibrational energies, but I feel like you are just able to really tune in and grip into that frequency very easily, regardless of the kind of frequencies that are around you. I feel like sometimes you've also been challenged in growing in an environment that has been less than favorable, because they put you in those circumstances in order to grow you. Like I'm seeing like a rose growing in like in this like kind of maybe even like a toxic waste area or something like this, like there's just like a lot of harsh like energy happening around, but you're like this one single flower that's growing amongst all this like garbage around you. Like there's this like a flower coming out of the dump. Like maybe you have been somebody who has had to really blossom in adversity. Okay, there's been a lot of situations in your life that you had been a part of that have really shown what you have inside. You have this very strong sense of moral character that has been just with you since you were born, and it has challenged you every step of the way, and now you are really starting to blossom in that energy. And regardless of like who you're around, you are just able to be this really shining light of a person. That's so beautiful. So let's go ahead and see what is being activated for you at this time through all these situations. We have fertility, number 27. We have remembrance. And we have allowance. Okay. All right, so already with this remembrance, I was hearing a message that this introspective period of time, this calm energy that you are able to cultivate or able to just have at this time, or that will be happening, this is a time for you to really remember who you truly are. You are not just the body that you are in. You are this deeply spiritual vessel that has been here to deliver a message that brings peace, that helps people transform their heartache into a valuable situation. You have a very fertile mind, very, very creative energy as well. I feel like this creatrix energy within you. You are so abundant. And maybe there's been a lot of situations that have shown you poverty and shown you lack mentality because you needed to see the other side of the coin and needed to feel that even in those moments of lack, there was always a shining light through a dark tunnel. There was always something on the other side. And this was kind of showing you the perspective that even though things seem desolate around you or chaotic, or like I had seen the garbage around the flower, all of that has been showing you that despite anything that goes on and the chaos around you, you will always be provided for. So I'm just seeing like you having this new calm energy to you that's like, it doesn't matter, it's cool, it's fine, like whatever happens, you know, there's always going to be chaos. The universe has chaos in it, you know, everything colliding and transforming, and you know, all these things happening in this energy, the movement, all these things are happening in order to create just more growth, more the fractals that are of growth, you know, are just more. That's what karma really is too. It's just the movement creating more growth. More movement creating growth, movement creating growth over and over. So I see that this, like it says here, the frequency of fertility invites us to be open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Yeah, see, even if this, like, let's say maybe fertility is an actual thing and you're being activated with this fertility and you become, you know, very fertile, but I'm seeing this more in a way that is that it says the expression of yourself, really understanding this growth, this beautiful energy that you have inside of you, you know, because, you know, even in harsh circumstances, you're still able to blossom and grow. And then this one says the frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Yes. I also see this, it looks kind of like Native American. It has this like Native American look to it. I feel like there is something within your lineage. Some of you that have tuned into this reading that was very, I'm feeling like this very cosmic energy, like very starseed like energy. And also being maybe of a lineage that has a lot of ancestral power behind it, that has dealt with a lot of things in the past that were very harsh treatments of these people that you are connected to. And through that process, it has developed into something that is going to be very, very prosperous. Like the energy is completely doing a 180, I'm seeing. It's like whatever has been of the harsh treatment of the people that you come from in the past, now will be given back to you in this beautiful way. And then we have allowance here. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Yes. Oh, wow. So much expansion too. I feel that it's like this progression, 3, 4, 5 is showing me there's this growing of your energy. And we've been put through all these challenges, and really really, I see that as like acceptance too, because, I talked about this before, but I'm going to try to bring it more close to home to this reading. But I'm feeling it like the ultimate fulfillment that I feel like is in maybe like the 10 of Cups, okay? We cannot really be perpetually in that energy 24/7. Like, there is this cap to the way that our energy fluctuates. And yes, we would all love to be in this ultimate fulfillment energy, but there is so much energy to experience that really the main energy that we need to embody is acceptance, to accept that there is an ebb and a flow in the energy flow. So, feeling super abundant one moment and then having fear and lack in the next moment is a very natural human energy. And it's also an energy that I feel is just a very cosmic universal energy, because there are times when we're in a detriment in certain aspects of the planetary alignments, and then sometimes we're in a benefit, where it's all like trining and looking beautiful and everybody's benefiting. But we need to experience all these different layers of this to see what it is to have all those layers. Like, if we didn't have sadness, we wouldn't know happiness, that kind of thing. So I think that just the energy of being able to accept that that is a thing is probably the highest form of energy that you can really get into. And I'm feeling like that is what is creating so much creative, flowing, abundant growth within you that I'm seeing here. And you're able to take this and turn this into something that is going to be so peaceful and so nice. I just also feel like your energy, just being around you, is kind of like seeing a butterfly. When you see a butterfly, it's just like everything stops, and you're just like, oh, look at the butterfly. And it's like whatever energy you're in, if you see that butterfly just like fly by you, you're like, you just need to like take a moment, and the air clears and everything just kind of goes, whew. The energy just kind of dissipates. Like, I feel like you're that kind of person. Like, your energy really clears out and dissipates the energy of frustration, of stagnancy, and you bring in this waft of growth and beauty and just flow into the energy. So nice. All right, so we have the Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Trust in the niggles. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And you have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So some of you, I feel, are giving birth, actual little birth, to a generation. I'm seeing her holding her stomach. You're giving birth to this next generation that's coming through with the Pluto generation of the Aquarius generation. Some of you are going to be getting pregnant and having a child within this generation this child is going to be very alien-like. I'll just say that. This child is going to be very interesting, very spiritual, very flowy, very deep also. And I'm feeling like it's because you are connected to this lineage of priestesses here. And you are definitely being encouraged by the bird spirits to trust your gut instincts, whatever that may look like to you. I know that can be frustrating sometimes to hear that, because, sometimes the gut will want to do something totally different than what we are doing at the moment. Like, it's like your mind tells you, I really want to do this. I'm engaged in this. I've made this plan. And then your gut's like, let's get out of the situation. Let's just go home. And, to make those things work together, I feel like it can be frustrating sometimes, but I feel like you're being really in tune with this. There's this transformative energy here. I see the snake. on her head as well. Is that a snake? I don't know, that's what it looks like. I feel like also you're balancing out the energy of your ego in a way that is just so calming. Like it just has this real, just, it takes the energy and just changes the frequency of the room that you're in. I see her kind of adorned in these like feathers as well. Yeah, the bird spirits are very strong in this reading coming through, saying there is something that has been leading you up to this moment. There is some knowledge also that you have that you are going to be teaching or bringing forward to those that are in need of it. Your dreams might also be very important to you at this time. I would recommend a dream journal if you're not already doing something like that. But I feel like there's this nature of maybe even astral projecting, I'm feeling. And in that space, you may be connecting with others that are, I feel like, this major important work that you're doing. There's something about you when you go to sleep. It's like there's 3 different aspects of you. There's this day-to-day kind of real embodiment of you. And then there's this state when you're asleep. And then there's this state that you become into when you're in your physical embodiment. It's a more of an awareness, but it's like the spiritual hover that you have where you can almost kind of like be in 2 places at once. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get you some of these astrology cards. Some more messages for those who selected group 2. Spirits. We have Aries, Chiron, Cancer. Okay. So independence, bravery, and passion, hurt and heal. We have nurture, comfort, and protection. So maybe you are one of these signs, or maybe these are some signs that need to connect with you in order for you to help them heal from hurt that they are going through. Like I had said before, I feel like you are very connected to some type of teaching here. And you may be some type of a healer. You may do Reiki, or I feel you also being connected with yoga, or also just very spiritually connected, where maybe the healing is done through your words, through what you speak, and also just your influence of that feminine energy that I feel like is very mothering to other people. And you're kind of, I feel like you're maybe the first of whatever generationally, like maybe you are the first one of your family to pursue this type of work that you're doing. Or at least that you know of, that you are aware of within the people that you've met within your timeline. But I'm seeing there is a connection to ancestors that I had felt of long time past that are coming through. And it's like you are ready to bring this into a new energy. You are the one that's going to be standing out. You are the one that's going to be transforming your generational curses, your generational wounds. You are going to be healing those things. There's also something to do with the mother energy, with the feminine energy in general, that is healing. There's some healing coming through. The fertility. I'm feeling like if you do give birth to a child, and then maybe an Aries or a Cancer, I also feel this might be a feminine energy. This may be a baby girl if you have a child. Maybe that was one. But I see like there within in the 5, one thing I feel like I didn't really touch too much on the 5 in is that there's this energy of the wounded healer, okay, coming through. So whatever you have been physically or mentally wounded with, you are meant to use this and transmute this energy into a healing modality for others. So it's kind of like when we are the best type of healer when we can be somebody who has already had to heal from something that someone might request some type of service from you. I feel that you have already been able to heal yourself quite a bit from this, and you're now becoming in kind of a mastery, I feel, of this. Yeah, I feel like people feel very comfortable in your energy. I just feel them being very protected and calm and comfortable in your energy. You've had to be very strong through this. All right. Well, that is all I have for you today. I really feel like there needs to be more people like you on this earth, understanding, their pain more and being able to heal from it and transform it in this beautiful way that you are doing. You are bringing so much hope and light to those that are truly in need of it. And thank you so much for being that person. All right. Well, thank you so much. And if you'd like to come see me again, I would absolutely love that. All right. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you who picked this scorpion rainbow beaded thing here. So already I'm feeling like maybe some of you who chose this are Scorpios, or you have that energy within your charts, or some of your planets fall in that energy that are very strong for you. But I'm also seeing this very flowy energy to you. I also feel that there is some prosperity coming your way as well. I'm seeing like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I'm also feeling a very transformative energy where you're transmuting a lot of energy that has been tumultuous and you're transforming that into a very peaceful, calm energy. So nice. Alright, so we are looking at messages from bird spirits here today, and we're using this secret language of birds. So I'm going to get some messages for you from that. Bird spirits, what do those who selected group 3 need to hear at this time? What is their message today? All right. All right, so we have the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. All right, so already I'm hearing that you are in an in-between spiritual zone where you're working with the fires and the waters of the spiritual energy. You're deeply in it. I feel like you're in a deep transformative energy. I see the scorpion coming through as being a water creature and a desert creature. So that real extreme heat and also that extreme watery, cool energy. So I'm also feeling like you may even be a cusp. Maybe you are a cusp of a water fire sign. It's coming through. Also, I'm feeling that this in-between that you are in, it's like I'm seeing you straddling this, like you're juggling this, you're in 2 different energies. You're in a very emotional energy and a very passionate extreme of the spiritual energy. I'm seeing that, and through this, it's like you're operating between two different frequencies. I'm seeing this also like someone being happy sad or happy mad or sad mad. I'm feeling like this is kind of like a confusing energy for you. Like there's something going on between the people that you're around versus the people that you would like to be around. Like there's these differences. Like maybe there's people around you at the moment that are challenging you and kind of putting you in a position to where you're feeling like you need a new circle, you need a new friends, you need new people to be around. And at the moment, there's a lot of dissatisfaction in that. And it may translate into some arguments. And these arguments are like, I'm feeling this karmic growth, this karmic flux that you're in. And within that, you're really fighting for yourself, fighting for your spiritual energy, fighting for your own worth, fighting for having that emotional intelligence and not being seen for it. I'm seeing also that there are some matters close at home, something that has to do with your family or something like this, and where you are at odds with them, because I'm feeling you are a very spiritual person and you see things in a different light. You see things as like this in-between kind of. I feel like you might also be do mediumship as well. So I see you like operating between these two worlds, the physical world and the spiritual world, and you're straddling the line here. And at the moment, it's like you're within the bounds to feel very emotional or very upset, because there's so much energy. Like I feel like I said before, sad mad, like a sad mad energy. It's like, it's almost like I'm feeling like also maybe in between. If you're a feminine, you might be in between a cycle and maybe experiencing a little bit of hormonal fluctuation that is kind of robbing you of your energy a little bit at the moment. But it's asking you, I think it's coming forward to kind of calm you down, to let you see things for what they really are. Like it's pushing your buttons because it's trying to find, like, it's like you're pushing all these buttons in order to find the mute button, but the mute button like isn't really being found. So you're being put in these situations where it's like fast forward, oh, rewind, go back into the cycle. Like I'm seeing this as like a remote situation, like you being in control of this, and you are the balancer of this, but it's like you can't really control everybody. I'm also seeing this as like remote, or something about remote. So this, like, I'm feeling like maybe there's some work that you're doing, maybe you're working remotely, and maybe you would like to get out of this energy. There's maybe something where you're doing physical work and remote work, and it's causing some upset, it's causing some things. Like you're trying to find the balance in this. I'm also seeing just you trying to find the balance within your home life and your work life. And there's just a lot of chaos in your energy field going back and forth into these energies. But I see that you are going to be finding your way. You are going to be finding your calm. And also, the bird spirits are coming through to say, think of the odd one out as being the thing. That what is the thing that's kind of on the outskirts of your mind that may be a little strange? Let's try to integrate something like that into this perspective, because there's something about that. And there is being something offered to you here, in the Four of Cups is showing me that there is this new way of seeing things. And you're not going to be able to see this until we calm down the fluctuation of the juggling. We need to be able to put those balls down for a little bit and just sit with them and not juggle them so intensely, the energy. I feel like there's also a feeling that once we stop doing something, when seeing it from another perspective, then we'll be able to continue on in that energy as it being more flowy. I just feel this constantness that needs to be kind of halted and put to a pause so we can take time and rest. I'm seeing the original depiction of this at the person sitting underneath the tree. It's like we need to be out in nature, go underneath a tree, really feel the energy. I'm also feeling like maybe discharging some of this energy that you have felt from other people into nature. Maybe even asking a tree, hugging a tree, saying, will you please take this energy from me? As a tree, you know, the beauty of, I used to have this tree that I do this with in the very beginning of my spiritual journey. And I would go outside and I would put my hand up against the tree and I would say, I don't remember the exact words, but I said something along the lines as, please take this energy within me and transform it within you and return it back to me as transformed. Something like that. Because I feel that the tree spirit, it not only is able to transform carbon dioxide into oxygen, but it also is able to take energy within the earth and take that energy and change it into a positive energy. Because a tree doesn't, like, I feel like this energy of you is like wanting to move and get away from a lot of things, but really, you know, embodying the energy of the understanding of the tree is coming through very strongly, that the tree doesn't move. It stays constant in its one place. And in order for it to really thrive in that place, it has to transmute the energy around it. Instead of actually physically moving itself, it moves the energy. So that's what I'm feeling like you're doing. You're moving the energy or in some kind of way. And whether you want to take the advice of working with the tree or not, that's totally up to you. But yeah, I just feel like you are using this time of finding that balance that you need to find, and you're finding something that is displaced, that is odd, that is kind of something on the outside of something. I'm also feeling like this might be something creative that might be strange. All right, so let's go ahead and get you a bird message here, the specific birds. So I see the hummingbird coming through right there. So we have the eastern and western meadowlark. This one here, beautiful. All right, and then we have the yellow-rumped warbler. This cute little guy here. All right, with both those yellow colors already, I'm feeling that you need to really embrace your courage, your self-confidence, your self-worth. There's something about you having just this newfound sense of worth about yourself. I also feel that, you know, you're going to be seeing situations from afar that it's like, I don't need to be involved in that. I know who I am. I feel firmly in who I am, and I don't need to be a part of that. I know what I deserve, and I don't deserve these certain situations. Yeah, I see you being very forthright also about your choices to move into different energies. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is being activated for you. What is being activated for those who selected group 3? What is being activated? Belief. Dynamic. And compassion. Mm. Right. So in belief here, the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. And then dynamic, the frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. And we have the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our hearts and into the world. I feel like that, like you are this mediator. Like I kind of felt that in the beginning, like you're kind of in between these two worlds. Yeah, just being very compassionate. I feel like that compassion needs to start with you as well. And this one was giving me when it said the familiar and the completely new is giving me this Four of Cups energy. It's like that new cup that's being added to the equation, but there's also this old energy that we're kind of transmuting out of. And we're like, well, we don't want it to be that way, but I could see you kind of alchemizing that energy, alchemizing those 3 cups, but then also accepting that 4th cup in as this other energy and doing some type of balancing act with this energy and being able to change that into something that is, I'm also feeling like maybe there's this also like this new way of looking at things, this new belief system, this new I don't want to say religion, but I'm hearing that like there's this new kind of way that you do things that helps you to keep your spiritual energy going that might also benefit others. I feel like also maybe the kind of arguments and the things that were going on might have been a little bit geared towards some beliefs. Maybe you have different beliefs than your family or something like that, and that has been a little bit difficult for you to work around. But I'm seeing that to have compassion for those people that have different beliefs than you, because for me, I say to each their own. But also it can be very difficult, to have compassion for people who are really trying to press upon their morality or their belief system upon you. And then you almost have to put up your guard. You have to put up a fight, because what is belief if we don't fight for it, right? So I feel like there's this energy of you being like, no, and not backing down, because you know what's right within your soul, and you're not going to accept this way of life that was. I'm also seeing the Hierophant card with the number 5, so I'm seeing like you're fighting up against these normal ways, or the societal norms, and you are taking your belief system into a different spirituality type realm, and you don't want to be pressed on by the conformative opinion of others. And you have been fighting the good fight in that, and I say more power to you, in that, because I've had to do the same thing in my life as well. I've had to fight a lot for what I believe in, and a lot of people had to leave my energy because of that. I wasn't able to bring everyone with me. So I feel that as well with you, and I also feel like whatever you had to leave, eventually that energy will be replaced with something else that is more divinely guided for you. So if you are feeling any type of lack in that, or any sadness in leaving some people behind that you had emotional relationships with, I feel that yes, you are going to have to grieve that process, but there is this transforming of the energy, and it will be replaced with other people that are more designed and meant for you specifically, okay, that are going to be more of a soul family, soul tribe that is going to be coming along. So that is beautiful, and hopefully I am one of those members. Hello. Okay. All right, so here we go. We got these cards here for you. Let's see what else the bird spirits would like to bring forward for you today. We have Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. And inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yeah, I felt that with the compassion. You know, really tune into that with the times that are tough, when we have to really fight for our own beliefs. You know, it's really this deep sense in you that you know where you belong, you know where you come from. There is this starseed energy that I feel that you are is coming out of you, and you're being asked to lead with that, leap with that, go with those feelings that you have, because this inner temple that you're devoting yourself to and this frequency that you're tuning into, it may not line up with some of the frequencies of the people that you have been raised around, or that you've, you know, had. And that's, I feel like that's very natural, you know, for us to disconnect from family, even though some people, you see, some people can be around their families forever, but maybe they're just more tuned in to those families. But I think that all family groups, you know, where we come from isn't where we're supposed to end up, you know. So we're meant to have our arguments, we're meant to dissipate from those energies in order to grow more and become more a part of the energy that we're meant to be a part of. And you're really tuning into that space right now. There are this soul tribe that you're connecting with on this deep level, and that is beautiful. Yeah, and you just may feel like an odd one out here. I feel there's something about odd one out coming through that is kind of this feeling like you are meant to be doing this light work. Maybe you needed a little bit of confirmation in that what you're doing and what you're belonging to now is the right path. Yes, you are on to something really amazing here, and the universe is going to catch up with you here. You're going to be getting the benefits from these beliefs. You're going to be finding those old ways and integrating them with some new ways here. So great. So let's get you some astrology cards, see what other energies. This is our last deck. What are the last messages that you would like to bring forward, bird spirits? For those who selected group 3, we have the Sun, self-express and embody truth. Saturn, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. And we have House 4 with culture, family roots, home, peace and comfort. Yes, you are going to be finding a new comfort zone, establishing a new comfort zone. I feel like you have worked lifetimes for this. This is definitely something that's going to be illuminated here soon. And these bird spirits are saying, you know, I sing my song regardless of what's going on. And even more so, if you've seen a bird being chased by a predator bird, that bird is singing at the top of its lungs, because it's showing that bigger bird that it will not be taken advantage of. He is strong. Look at me fly. I can fly faster than you. I can sing at the same time. Like, there's this energy that I feel like you are surpassing, and I just got chills. You are surpassing this, and you are finding your own truth, and that is beautiful. And this may have been a rough road, but you are going to be establishing yourself, grounding yourself in this energy, and finding a new place that you can call home and family, and that new comfort space that is within is also going to be all around you. That is such a beautiful message here coming through. So nice. And the 4-4 message, also this stability is going to be happening here for you. Things have been maybe up in the air, but they're all going to be leveling out. Things are going to be calming down, and you're going to find your peace. Okay, so yes, just make sure to have compassion through yourself, for yourself through this process, and for others as well, because they are all going through their own journeys as well, despite whatever chaotic energy you feel like they're a part of. You know, everybody is experiencing their own things at their own time and space. All right, I just saw a little white butterfly outside as I was saying that, so I feel like there is definitely a new beautiful energy that you're transforming into, and I wish you guys all the luck, and I'm sending you lots of love and support and spiritual sprinkles of energy. Okay, and thank you so much for being here. All right, hopefully I'll see you again. Bye bye.